Greetings all, Devious Monkey here. Today, it's icky out. It's pouring rain, very windy, and not altogether all that warm. I'm staying inside today. I did go to the UPS store because I got a delivery notification, and I thought it was for the lens that I bought the other day. I braved the elements and I went to the UPS store, and it turned out to be a package for my wife. I tracked the package, and it turns out that it's not being delivered today. No reason. It just says no attempt made, delivery rescheduled for tomorrow. So I have to wait an extra day. And I was thinking that since today was going to be crabby and rainy, that I would have fun with the new lens and try some stuff out. But that's not happening. Really, all I want to do is talk about the equipment that I use. I'm filming on the newest camera, which is the Sony a6600, and it has an 18-105 f4 lens on it. The lens that I purchased is the 16-55. I think it's 3.5 to 5.6. It's a kit lens that came with a lot of the earlier versions of this camera. I found it used online for 88 bucks. Again, the Sony a6600 with the 18-105 lens, possibly the 16-55 if it gets delivered and it doesn't suck. In addition to that, and I have several of these, I'm using the Movo VXR10 shotgun mic with the dead cat on it. I at one point had about 5 of these. I did give one away, and the rest of them are in a drawer because there was a time where I had a lot of cameras at once. So I use either that or I use this Rode Wireless Go microphone setup. It's actually really awesome, but it also requires these things to be charged all the time. And, you know, sometimes I just don't want to do that. The other thing that I use is this Sony stereo lav mic, and that just plugs into the transmitter, and then I can just run it down my shirt and have it clipped off by my neck, which actually does really well. It works perfectly together. Yesterday's video, I cut that part out, but when I was on that tree, I was sitting about 5 feet back, and the volume was very low. I really would have had to have tweaked it and turned it up, and then it probably would have gotten scratchy because it just, you know, like I was far enough away that it wasn't going to pick it up. So the lav mic would have been perfect, but I didn't think about that. Okay, so that's it for my main filming camera. I do not take still pictures on this camera. It is strictly for filming, and I can take it on the road. I can vlog with it. I can put it on my tripod here. I can do pretty much anything that I need to do as far as filming goes. Now, my main camera is the Sony a7 III. This camera was a big changer for me. I hate to say game changing, but it was. I had originally bought a Sony a7R II when I decided to get back into photography a couple years ago, and I wasn't happy with the Canon stuff, and I decided that I was going to go mirrorless and I was going to go with Sony. This camera had just come out at that time, and it was impossible to get. It probably would have been at least another 3 to 6 months before I would have been able to find one that was available, and I wasn't going to wait that long. So the guy talked me into the a7R II, but there were a few things about it that I didn't care for enough that I sold the camera. I had probably 10 batteries for it. Once I realized that I could have maybe a half an hour worth of battery life on one of those damn batteries, I had to buy a ton of batteries. So everywhere I went, I had all these damn little batteries stuffed in a pouch, and it was a pain in the ass. I also didn't like the SD card door because I kept popping it open, and at one point I actually flung the card out of my camera, and I looked down and I go, ooh, an SD card, and I picked it up and realized it was mine. This a7 III, it has the bigger battery, the big Z battery or Z battery. It's amazing. I've never run out of battery. This is the same battery that the a6600 uses. I have a full range of lenses, Sony lenses, that will allow me to shoot pretty much anything that I want. My other little setup here, this is for the GoPro Hero 8. And I have it in a small rig cage, and it's mounted onto a Ulanzi power grip. So it has, I think, 6,000 milliamps of extra power here, and then I got this little tripod feet that screw into the bottom. And the cable here is just so that I can plug it in and go into the camera, and that way I don't run out of battery. I do have the audio adapter and sometimes I plug the wireless Go stuff into it. This is basically just so that I can vlog, and it's very light and I get a wide view. Works out really well. And then the other camera that I have is actually a GoPro Hero 6. The only reason I use this is for heavy duty, droppy, trippy, wet stuff. That's as far as cameras and lenses, and I'm not going to go through all the lenses. You don't need to see all those. All right, so now you know what gear I have and what I'm shooting on. That's all I wanted to show you today. I didn't really want to show you or whine about my back or anything like that. I just wanted to show you some gear. So thanks for joining me, and come on back. And as always, forward and up, kids.